So, who at LEGO thought it was a good idea to take this perfectly good set, rip its head off, and then put rows on it? Who? What is this? What is it, Logan? And today we are going to be reacting to the worst of the worst. When I say bad, I mean this is like the worst LEGO Star Wars sets ever, undoubtedly, and you can't change my opinion otherwise. But yeah, so we're going to be going over some of the worst LEGO Star Wars sets as selected by me. But yeah, so I'm just gonna get started. So first off, we're going to be reacting to the First Order AT-ST, and I laugh because it's a joke. I mean, it's honestly a pathetic LEGO set. Who thought this was a good idea? I mean, seriously. LEGO employees, I assume the designers get paid a decent amount of money to do what they do. And, you know, some guy who probably went to college or something and you know, majored in, you know, LEGO design, just was like, you know, let's just take this, drop it, and then put this legs in. And Gary's over here like, I don't think anyone's gonna want to buy a pair of legs. Then they're like, you know what the kids would really love? The kids would absolutely love it if you put in a black brick that moves up and down. Wow! Like, legitimately, who thought this was a even remotely intelligent idea? Like, what was the thought process? I mean, you're taking a piece of legs, you're taking 8 rows, and you're just combining them, and wow. Everyone's favorite thing, legs and rows. I mean, it certainly puts a new meaning to the headless chicken. That is certainly kind of funny about it, because, you know, it's a chicken walker. But I would honestly like someone to actually interview the designer of the set. Maybe they were just having a bad week. Maybe they just felt lazy, and they're like, yeah, we already have the AT-ST, we need something for The Last Jedi. Let's smack that stuff on. Let's just take off the head. Just get it out of there. Next up, we have another Episode 8 The Last Jedi set. And, you know, just like the movie, it's kind of weird. But yeah, so this is the Praetorian Guard Battle Pack. And the set itself is not that bad. The figures itself are not that bad. Even the build for a battle pack is fine. This is the weird thing about it. You look in the corner, and you'll see a nice little stormtrooper just sitting there all by himself. What's that about? Like, they couldn't have just put in another Praetorian Guard? You have to have this guy who's sitting there awkward? I think the perfect way to explain this is when your parents sign you up for like a sport when you're little, but all the bigger kids are there, and there's no one else there, and you're like the youngest one, and you don't know anyone, and it's like, Mommy, come pick me up, I'm scared. And Mommy's like, no, you're gonna go play with your friends. He's like just sticking by the wall. Maybe, you know, Supreme Leader Kylo Ren will come and, you know, invite him and ask him to, if he wants to, you know, play with all these other mean older kids. I just don't, again, he just looks so darn awkward there. Like, that's the thing I like about him. I just think this set's absolutely great. It's just funny. It's really just funny. And, you know, everyone's having a good time. He's just like... So, a little while ago, LEGO made these planet sets. And they came with ones like, you know, you got all your favorite planets. You got Coruscant, you got the Death Star, you got Naboo. All these cool planets. They came with cool builds, cool figures. And, you know, they still hadn't made some like Dagobah or Kashyyyk or whatever. But you know the planet and the thing that I'm really excited to see? TIE Bomber and Asteroids. Yes. Isn't you guys' favorite planet the Asteroids? Like, nobody ever complains about this one enough. If you're gonna complain about a set, this one's it. So basically, LEGO's like, okay, well, there's no other planets that we could think of. So why don't we just, you know, look through the movies? And then, you know, Frank's sitting through the movies. He couldn't get halfway through The Empire Strikes Back. He's like, oh, let's just settle on some asteroids. So instead of, you know, making the planet set look like an actual asteroid, which, you know, would have made a little more sense, like you'd have the hole where the Falcon's hiding or whatever, they just took a black piece and, you know, slapped on some asteroids, and boom, you have the Asteroid and TIE Bomber planet set. I mean, what? I mean, you know a better thing to call this set would be, honestly, Alderaan. Like, if they made this Alderaan, that would be the most perfect thing ever. Like that would be the best one. I bet it would sell out like crazy. I know, obviously, it's a little morbid, but, you know, it would be the same exact thing. Like, you'd literally slap Alderaan on this, and it would look just the same. But, I mean, come on. Just a asteroid. Like, oh my gosh, this is so ridiculous. And, honestly... kudos to anyone who bought this. I kind of want to buy it now, but I need to go find it just because it's so absurd on its face. Now, next up we have that very memorable ship from The Force Awakens. You know, you had the Falcon in there, you got the First Order Star Destroyer. I know we still didn't get a few vehicles from that, and I know LEGO was like, okay, well, there's some important ones like Han Solo's freighter, or you could do even other things like the Jakku base, like anything. Like, there was a lot to work with, and I completely understand why they decided, you know, let's do that famous quadjumper. So essentially, they made this ship, which was in frame for about 3 seconds, and then blew up. And I think someone at higher ups at LEGO were just like, you know, make this set. And LEGO was like, what do we do with it? We never actually see it in action. So, like, one of the features is actually, I'm pretty sure you just press down on it, and the thing just blows up. That's all it's good for. I will say, I am a fan of making more, you know, creative type ships, but it's just the premise that we got, like this of all things. Like, why this one? There were so many sets they could do from LEGO Star Wars. And I know fans would, you know, for example, guess how many people would have probably wanted, you know, some sort of Clone Wars fighter. And I'm sure everyone would be like, yes, we need that. Or even, you know, say the Mon Calamari ships. Why don't they do those? But no, we gotta do the Jakku quadjumper. The figures in this one are fine. It only made one figure unexclusive. It was supposed to be exclusive to a book. And then it just made it unexclusive because LEGO is lazy. But that is this set. I mean, come on. Now, next up, we have 2 sets that may or may not be possessed by Satan.
Holy Jesus. What is that? What the fuck is that? What is...
Satanic thing, get out of here. Clean the waters. Bury the people. Whoever made this. Stop it. So, apparently, this one over here is supposed to be Han Solo. And I honestly thought it was, like, Poe or, like, Satan. How is this supposed to be Han Solo? I'm sorry, like, LEGO is a multi-billion-dollar company. And they came out with this. And to make it worse, they also made this Jyn Erso, which is actually, like, actual human, like, feces. Like, it's actual crap. Like, it's so bad that this set came out, like, 5 years ago now, and it's still on Amazon Prime for $5. Like, that's how bad it won't sell. It's just that bad. You know, she comes with a sniper and everything, that's all nice. It's just, well, buildable figures were terrible in general, but these 2 in particular, they're a special kind of special. Like the special kind of special that only very few things get to experience. Like, this was, like, an absurd kind of special. Like, I don't even know how to explain how special this is. I mean, if you ask people, like, who this was, is that Han Solo? No, that's, I don't even know what that is. That's just scary. And guess what? We have another Last Jedi set. It is this weird spider scout walker thing, and it does this. So yes, if you have arachnophobia, which is the fear of spiders, then this set is not for you. This is the Imperial, or First Order Scout Walker thing. So yes, this came with general hugs. It also came with a bunch of other people that are completely irrelevant. And why? I get it was from the concept art, but, like, why? I mean, who wants this? It's freaky. And that was like $40. Wasn't there, like, an AT-AT in that movie? They couldn't have done that? They couldn't have done, like, the Bunker Buster? They had to do, like, this thing? Like, what even... What is this crap? I don't know why I have this one. I can't remember. But I know I have lots of regrets in life, and this is certainly one of them, and if you want it, it's probably one of yours too. I mean, honestly, it looks like an AT-ST was dropped on its head as a baby. Next up, we have a pretty obvious one. I feel like I couldn't go mentioning without, but they're these Technic Stormtrooper and R2-D2. Aside from them looking possessed by the devil and everything that is holy, like just leaving their soul, these R2-D2 and Technic Stormtrooper, they just look weird. I'm not going to be too critical on them. I know they're having a hard time. Their wife probably left them. They probably have to pay child support. It's obviously very sad, so we're not going to go too hard on them, I think, other than they look like pure, crap that I don't know how it ever made it past pre-production. If you hated the Assault on Hoth set, or you couldn't afford it, then this set may be for you. This is the Action Battle Hoth Battle Assault thing, and this is basically the Assault on Hoth UCS set, but, like, not good. Now, this is a junior set, which means it has these weird targets on it. So all you have to do is take a little thing, and you go... Wow! That's so neat! Same goes with this, except this one you're spending like $70, so that way you could have a special needs AT-AT. you know, fall over. I really don't get the point of this. I get it's juniors, I get those little junior children don't know how to build a Lego set, but you don't still have to charge them like $72 to build it. Now, if you thought these were all absurd, I'd appreciate it if you subscribed, because this took forever to make, and I had to traumatize myself. What do you guys think is the worst Lego set on here? I think it's probably the AT-ST, because, you know, headless chickens are the best. Also, buy my merch, please. I need it. Help feed the unwanted Lego sets. But yeah, see you guys all in the next one. Remember to peace out and stay